Hi, welcome back to Spider's Web. And today I'm going to be talking to Brad Williams. Brad Williams, jazz pianist, arranger, composer, and now the creator of a new musical theater piece, and which I am involved in the early creative process because just a few months ago he asked me to record some of the music that I may be playing one of the characters in this new show called The Magic Word. And I'm going to say hi to Brad Williams. How are you, Brad?
I'm great, Spider. Thank you for having me on your podcast.
Oh, you are so welcome. We know radio, but we're not sure about podcasts yet. We used to be on the radio all the time.
I remember the radio.
Well, anyway, I'm very glad you were able to do this and actually traveled to record with me, to come and do a live interview.
I did. I had a
None
helicopter.
of that Skypey business for us. No, we did this for real. So do tell my listeners about the magic word.
The Magic Word is a commentary on the kind of the world we're living in right now, but told from a little bit of a fantasy science fiction standpoint.
I think that's safer. Yeah, it's safer.
Yeah, and it's kind of a small cast of very interesting complementary characters trying to figure out. Really, the bottom line is this whole idea about us being so attached to cell phones and staring at them all day long, and they're such a part of our existence right now. And it felt to me like a good topic to explore and talk about why and what maybe will come next.
Boy, how exciting. How exciting. So you actually brought some of the selections of music with you, too.
Yes, I did.
And so the characters that are in it, they are in this place that is the glass forest?
Well, it's kind of a test environment. They always talk about the new technology that they're going to be putting chips in our head and things like that. And I'm like, don't put a chip in my head. Let me go somewhere and be there in that place, and then I could leave if I wanted to. Chip is in my head. I can't leave. But to me, that's what is happening here. There's this foundation called the Future Foundation, and they have built this glass forest, which is where they're testing emotional technology, which is supposed to replace cell phones. And what's happened is they unveiled it to the press, and something very odd happened, and everyone said it's not good, it's not right, it's not ready, and this small team of people are now living in the glass forest trying to figure out, one of the scientists that built it, this glass forest ranger who kind of maintains the place, and two women who have very contrasting personalities. One of them is kind of a psychic faith healer kind of person.
And that's the role, of course, you asked me to play.
Yes, of course. Yes. And the other one is a wholesome kind of earth mother, organic person who's the basis for, living naturally. And then added to that mix is the designer of the whole thing, who shows up to help at the last minute when they're up against a deadline. And he's actually kind of the Wizard of Oz type.
Oh, yeah, that's just what I was thinking.
Yes.
Yeah, Wizard of Oz.
So he comes to help, too. And it's about the story. It's about what they're confronting, what the problem is, and how they're trying to figure out whether it's okay, and they just don't understand it quite, or how it all happened, or what's going on. But it's very interesting to me. It's just kind of talking about us and technology.
It's fun. And, well, we're going to play a cut from the show now. And just tell us a little bit about that song.
Well, this song is the opening number where the first character comes out on stage, who is the Glass Forest Ranger. His name is Cale, and he's kind of a young collegiate type. And I think of him as like a little Gene Kelly kind of thing. He comes out and he dances around the glass forest. And he sings this song, and he's talking about why he loves the glass forest, because they all kind of love the glass forest. It's very
pretty.
It's pretty, and it's also... they're engaging their emotions, which is kind of the idea. It's all based on emotions instead of things channeled through cell phones. So he sings this little song called Transparent Habitat.
Okay, here we go.
No birds, no trees, no wild animals covered with fleas. Living in a brand new test tube, a transparent habitat. Day glow, rainbow, much more time to think, offline, out of sync. Mankind, refine, human race without books, just faces some details unknown. No more reason to stare at your phone. Take a little step back to that transparent habitat. No birds, no trees, no wild animals covered with fleas. Living in a brand new test tube, a transparent habitat. Don't you know? Rainbow, much more time to think, offline, out of sync. Mankind, refined, human race without books, just faces some details unknown. No more reason to stare at your phone. Take a little step back to that transparent habitat. Day glow, rainbow, much more time to think, offline, out of sync. Mankind, refined, human race without books, just faces, no phones. No phones, just dreams. No screens, no flat objects to fit in your jeans. Living in a big dawn and farm, a transparent habitat.
What fun! I love that. And, what is that lyric? No strange objects to put in your
No
jeans.
flat objects to put in your jeans.
That kills me. That just cracks me up.
I love when I go to the beach and I see people in bikinis walking along the water with a cell phone. It's just so funny to me. It's
Oh, you can't leave
like
that
the
thing
minimum
at
amount
home.
of clothing, but you've got the cell phone with you.
Yes, and nowhere to put it.
Yes, right. I know where to put it.
Just have to hold on
That's
to it and hope it doesn't drown. You know, it's like, go ahead. Well, anyway, so a little more about the plot, you know, and about how you're going to introduce another song that we're going to hear, and this is one that I recorded.
That's right.
And it,
Actually, 3 that you recorded.
three, yeah, there's three.
little
It's a
songs.
3-in-1,
Yeah.
3-in-1 job
like the
here.
Beatles.
Yeah. It's got a whole theme. It's like, I was excited because Brad, when he was describing this character to me, he was saying that it's kind of like this Wild West old hippie, and
Yeah, I
and-
think of Sedona.
Yes.
This is a Sedona gal. You know,
Yeah, right.
with the orbs and the spirituality.
Absolutely. So there was a lot of, I had a lot of characters in life that I kind of conjured up and put them together for that one. But it was a lot of fun recording this. So
Well, I remember when I thought of you to sing these, and I just went, of course, because when I first met you here in Chicago, we were playing at the Gold Star Sardine Bar years
Yes.
ago, and I remember you came in and you totally changed the whole feeling of the place because you had a sense of theater behind you, using jazz and theater together because you have theater experience, and you made things funny. People were laughing out loud at some of the stuff you're doing in addition to the beautiful music. And I thought,
sometimes I didn't intend for it to laugh out loud. If they're laughing during a ballad, there's something gone awry, but that's part of
but it feels
life.
kind of full circle in a way. Like here, I decided to work on this musical at this point, and some time later, and bringing you into it feels like a very complete...
Yeah, we took a decade off.
Yeah, we took a
working
decade off
together. But so anyway, is there anything else you'd like to say to set up what they're going to hear?
Well, this is a solo appearance on stage by this character, Ariel, who is the spiritualist, and she is trying to contact these spirits that have appeared in the middle of this technological experiment, which is the problem. They don't know where these things came from and what they're doing. So she's trying to conjure them up so she can figure it out. They do not appear to her, apparently, for some reason, but she doesn't give up. She tries kind of an Indian thing, and an Eastern Indian thing, and then an American Indian thing, and then she tries kind of a New Age crystal song, trying to draw them into, and they keep kind of just, there's nothing. She finishes the song. So that's what we're going to hear next.
Okay, Conjuring the Spirits.
For your mystic charms will bring the golden sunrise, the sparkle of the dawn will be your secret sign. Now come to me. I've come to you. The time is right. The time is right. Be here now, here now, here. Nothing. Hey na 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 na, hey na 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 hey, hey na 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 na, hey na 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 hey. Is this a sacred place, torn from an ancient race? Are we up in your face? Can you teach us what we need to know before we go? Honored ancestors, we have investors. Hey, make yourself be known, make yourself be known, make yourself be known. Hey ya, hey ya, hey. Nada. This is made of stars, and so are you. Crystalline in form and perfect too. In a silent prism where the waveforms do their graceful dance, symmetry and energy and light, the light, the light. Hello? Awkward.
So that was Conjuring the
Spider
Spirits.
Saloff, ladies and gentlemen. Killing it as usually.
It was a lot of fun recording that. And I mean, I was so happy when you told me about this project. So let's just talk a little bit about the process of this, because you've been a jazz musician and arranger, and you've done scores for some film, and but this is a whole other bag of tricks.
Well, I found myself writing songs over the last 20, 25 years that I was very happy with, and I felt like they had a lot of context to each song, and I would put them in my stage shows, which were generally kind of review,
Oh, yeah,
with lots
sure,
of different things.
sure.
But then I thought, really the ultimate is to create a unified situation where you have a story to tell, which is really, really fun to have a great, to have a story that has a point and you can have fun with it, and then integrate music into that, because that's what I've always loved about the theater. To date, when I go to the theater and the first time somebody starts to sing on stage, I still stop and I go, this is so amazing, because
Yeah, it is.
there are some things you should just sing about. You can't talk about,
Yeah.
and if you
Totally.
feel strongly. So this kind of evolved over time, and I had this little character that my friend, the artist Karen Thomas, had drawn named Luther, that is kind of this little round, kind of imaginary toy-looking person, and that I had this picture, and Luther kept talking to me, I think, saying, I have a story to tell.
I think Brad has conjured up
Yes.
the spirits.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then all these other characters kind of came in, and the story came together, and the songs came together, and it's just as a creative exercise, it's just a fantastic experience. And I think there's a
Yeah.
story to tell here. I feel like there are many stories to tell, but this is a particular one. I've always been involved with technology since the beginning of all this
Beginning
stuff.
of time,
Yeah.
the very first
I was
technology.
always like chasing down the street after it, but now I feel like it's time to like stop and look at it and say, hello.
And tell it to stop chasing
Yes, right, exactly. Like, what's going to happen eventually? So, that's a big topic of discussion anyway, but this is a different way of looking at that with this kind of interesting story. And I did want to mention one thing. I am trying to raise money to get this thing to the next level.
That's what you need. You got to do it.
Because I'd love to have it produced on stage, and Chicago's a great town for that, But I have a Patreon site, patreon.com, and /magic word, just one word, magic word. So if you would like to help me get to that point, and
bring it on.
I'd love to have you on board, and I think there's something going on here. It's kind of exciting. I'm excited about it.
Cool, I am too. Well, we're going to go out with the song that really tickled me, and I think this is Brad Williams himself recorded this, and it's a song that I think lots of people can relate to in a very odd way.
Well, it's kind of funny because in the glass forest, you can't have cell phones, which is kind of funny because in the theater you're not really supposed to have cell phones.
Yes.
So it's kind of a funny thing. We're thinking about putting signs outside the door saying cell phones kill the glass forest.
Oh.
To put a different spin on that, please turn off your cell phones. It's like, not just that, it will kill the glass forest. So this character, Cale, who's kind of the college boy, is talking about how he misses his cell phone. He can't have a cell phone in this glass forest. So this is his love song.
So we're going to go out with this tender love song by Brad Williams from The Magic Word. And signing off from Spider's Web, let's listen to I Miss My Cell Phone.
I miss my cell phone. Could it be waiting for me, thinking of me, dreaming of me, holding its charge? When it's on silent, nobody knows that it's there. I know it's there, waiting for me. We have a plan. It's so smart. It's smarter than I am. Someday I'll understand the many things it does. It lets me know which way to go in case I'm lost or lonely. I'm never lost or lonely. Right there beside me, a little friend I can hold, lighting the way, checking the mail, making the world a little smaller. I miss that buzz. I miss my cell phone. It's so smart, it's smarter than I am. Someday I'll understand the many things it does. It lets me know which way to go in case I'm lost or lonely. I am never lost more lonely. Right there beside me, a little friend I can hold, lighting my way, checking the mail, making the world a little smaller. I miss that buzz. I miss my cell phone.